Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. So today let's talk about things that block your feminine energy versus how to tap into your Empress energy. How to be a goddess, how to embody your divine feminine energy. I wanted to talk to you about the real things that can block your feminine energy because I love talking about this from like a spiritual perspective because there's so much info on the internet about feminine energy and soft life and all these things, self-care and all of those amazing things. They matter, but there's deeper levels to your feminine energy. And when we think about your divine feminine energy, this is you tapping more into the spiritual side and connecting with your inner goddess. Okay, so let's talk about the Empress. If you guys know about the Empress card in tarot, for example, or if you just think of a queen, or if you think of a goddess, I want you to emulate that behavior of what you feel a goddess is. And this is how you're going to truly connect to your divine feminine energy. What's one thing that will block your divine feminine energy and disconnect you from your feminine energy? The first thing is something that's so common in our society, but if you find yourself doing this, I want you to work on healing it. Okay, so something that disconnects you from your divine feminine energy is being in a competitive state, competing with other people, competing with other women, competing in general. And our society thrives in this. It's a masculine trait and we see it everywhere. Have you guys seen that show, Cupcake Wars? I was thinking to myself, like, wow, we've turned baking cupcakes and decorating them so pretty into a war, like on a show, right? Everything's a competition. Everything, we're conditioned this way, but this is something you want to unlearn because it will block you from your feminine energy. Your divine feminine energy means you're connected to a state of abundance. The Empress is fertile and she's rich and abundant, rich in every way, ever replenishing. So you want to be in a state of abundance, which is there's nothing to compete over. There's more than enough for everyone. There's more than enough opportunities. There's more than enough success. There's more than enough love. There's more than enough health and prosperity, goodness, riches of life. We don't have to compete with each other. And if you find yourself competing, which everyone has been conditioned to compete, then you're disconnected from your feminine energy. When you're in your divine feminine energy, you're just relaxed, in a state of abundance. You're going to block your feminine energy when you compete, because when someone is competing, they're in a state of lack. So see, the matrix has tricked us in so many ways. Everything can serve you depending on your mindset, but the way that I see this is you don't have anything to fear. When you're in a competitive state, you're fearing and you're in lack. You think you have to win, you have to beat someone else so that you can get what it is you need. But the truth of the matter is that there's more than enough for everyone and you don't have to compete. You can just relax and know that the universe will provide for you. But it's about your state of mind and it's about your vibration. So you're tapped into your feminine, your divine feminine energy when you realize there's abundance. And this is a beautiful healing mindset to have because you realize that you're provided for and that life is what you're making of it. And you're surrounded by richness. Start counting your blessings. Start focusing on what you can achieve. Focus on yourself and what you already have. You don't have to beat someone else to get it. You don't have to compete. You don't have to, like, being connected to your Empress energy means you're already rich. So you are the money. You are the energy. You're the life force energy. God is living through you. The universe is living through you. So what is more valuable than you? And you don't have to compete with others. You don't have to compare yourself to others because we all have this gift of life. It's a gift, right? So when you start seeing life this way, you can just relax. And life feels so good. See, divine feminine energy is about being in your softness and realizing, like, connecting to the earth, because earth is always replenishing itself. We should know that by now, for how humanity is trying to recklessly strip the earth of all of its natural minerals, yet it keeps replenishing. That's a whole different conversation, but we can learn so much from the earth herself and realize that there's ebbs and flows. There's waves in life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, even with your finances maybe, or whatever it is in your life, your career in some way. But just relax and ease and surrender into a state of abundance, knowing that everything is all right. If someone else has, you don't have to take from them to receive. Like, they can have and you can have. There's more than enough. And whenever, the way that I tap into this energy is I picture this one road here in Arizona that's covered in orange trees, and there's more oranges than we can eat. And those seeds in the oranges are going to grow new trees. So the universe is so amazing in this way where we're not lacking for anything. We are not needy. We're not in lack. We're in abundance naturally. There's nothing you have to do for it. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to plead. You don't have to, by the sweat of your brow. We're made to work because we each have talents and gifts to bring to the earth. So find work that's enriching your soul and using your gifts that feels good to you. Do what you love because it's so fulfilling, but you're naturally already abundant. So tap into the vibration of abundance and then watch it be reflected in your outside reality. So when you feel rich inside, now you're feeling rich on the outside. And that's the Empress energy. You don't have to compete. You don't have to compare, because that's going to put you in a janky energy. You should want the best for everyone and yourself. There's more than enough. Okay, so how to heal your feminine energy. What blocks your feminine energy as a woman? Rushing around, being in a race, again, competing. And we're in a dominantly masculine society. So if you want to reconnect to your divine feminine energy, start flowing with life instead of forcing life. You don't have to rush about. You don't have to force your way. You don't have to be in a hurry. And spiritually, we know this to be true. Like, we're warned about this, not to make rash decisions, not to do things in anger, which I recently had to have a reminder of, but instead to flow with life, flow with your emotions. Don't suppress them because you'll become depressed. Don't be in, like, allow them, make space for them. So you want to learn how to flow with life. And in a way, think of the word passive, which is the feminine energy. And it's seen as weak. It could be deemed as weak. Oh, the submissive wife, or she's just lets people walk all over her. She's just so soft. She's so weak. But we haven't been taught. But I'm here to share with you what divine feminine energy really is. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be like a man. You don't have to act like a man. And that's not the only thing that's strong. There's strength and softness. There's strength in submission and surrender, because it's a deep sense of faith in the divine. That's also strength, is trusting that everything is flowing the exact way it's supposed to go. Everything is naturally unfolding how it should go. And there's this, in this way, you can enjoy life much more. Picture needing to get somewhere. Maybe you feel late, like you're running late to work in the AM, right? And so you're like, you're rushing to work because you got to get there. At the end of the day, like, you could cause so much harm to yourself and others by rushing around. Don't do that. Everybody, it's for your own health and everybody's well-being and safety, for you to just get there late, like, just flow, like, and next time plan better, but just don't rush around. And this is how you're gonna relax your nervous system. You're gonna be in a better state of peace, of health, and you're going to learn to surrender, which is a sacred practice. And it's how you're gonna truly connect to your divine feminine energy. You know what this reminds me of? Do you guys know, like, think of like those grandmothers that are wise and older. They're so wise. Like, They don't even have to say anything, but they just feel the energy. They just know. Let's say there's a rambunctious teenager who's in the family and making all types of mistakes. There's maybe the mother is like freaking out, yelling, trying to force them, trying to rush their growing up process, but then there's the wise grandmother who's just relaxed and like knitting or drinking her tea, just like saying like it's going to be okay, because there's certain things that are out of our control. And when you can just surrender, and when you can just trust, it's not weakness, like you're being soft. That is so wrong, and that's so harsh and hardened, and that's so masculine. That's not how we don't have to be like that as women. It will actually block you and disconnect you from your feminine energy. So just learn to flow, learn to go with the flow. And this is Feminine Energy 101. How to connect to your feminine energy. When you think about the Empress, she is in a loving energy. She is so intuitive and she's so loving. And this is your divine feminine energy. She's the mother. She's pregnant in a lot of the tarot cards. She is just full, like surrounded by flowers. She's sitting on her throne with her flower crown, and she's just in a state of abundance and of love. She's so creative. She's the muse, and she's that divine feminine energy. So you want to be in a loving energy for all of creation, for yourself, because everything starts from us first, right? So showing yourself love and then pouring out that love to everyone around you. Something that will block your feminine energy is being in a state of spite or jealousy towards other women specifically. Like that is giving the Queen of Swords in reverse, like not the Empress. There's nothing to fear. And so we want to learn how to cleanse our own heart, which is a lot of what I share on this channel of how to heal, like how to heal ourselves. If you want to work with me one-on-one, click the link down below or send me an email if you want to work on your healing or how to practice self-love, build your self-confidence, work on your relationships in your life. Then we can work together one-on-one. Just send me an email. But we want to learn how to cleanse ourselves of those icky feelings of jealousy and things like that towards other women. Spite, like you don't want to carry hatred in your heart. Like you want to heal from that and cleanse, because you can't mock God and your vibration, it's energy. You can't fake it, which is your mood. So your mood of how you're feeling, how can you feel good towards other people if you don't feel good within yourself? So something I've learned in my spiritual path is that a lot of times, especially having an online presence, I'll notice sometimes some people are not in a good, I'll just know like if I'm feeling their negative energy, if they have ill feelings towards me, I realize that that is just them and not me. Like they don't feel good within themselves, so they want to try to tear me down. So I'm wise enough to know that I'm not going to internalize their own issues, like their negativity. And that's what I want for you. I don't want you to internalize other people's behavior. Just being a loving vibration, like your only job is to be rooted in light. Your only job is to embody love. And it is a job. It's a job to brush things off of your shoulder, to keep yourself in a positive, healthy mindset. Sometimes we're not going to feel that way, but it's not our responsibility to manage everyone else's feelings. It's our responsibility to manage our own and learn how to balance out our mood again and get ourselves back into a good mental space, our emotional health and things like that. Just truly being patient with ourselves and knowing how to be accountable and to ourselves and check ourselves and be around positive people, get away from people who love to fight or want to argue or whatever, so spite, those things will block your divine feminine energy. Instead, support your sisters, sacred sisterhood, be around other divine feminines, support their businesses, buy from them, from their small businesses, and support them. Post your friend and with heart eyes, like leave comments on Instagram with your besties or your whomever. Uplift other women, because we really need that, and it can go a long way, because one of the love languages are words of affirmation, right? So send positive energy into the universe and it's going to come back to you tenfold. And this is how you're going to really connect with your divine feminine energy, because you're in a state of abundance. You have so much love within you, which is definitely a source of richness. And now you have that to give out to others. But if you're spiteful, hateful, jealous, angry, bitter towards other women, you don't want to see them blessed, you don't want to see them happy, then you're blocking your divine feminine energy, and you're in a low vibration, right? So just something to be aware of. Something else I just thought of that definitely will block you from your divine feminine energy is trying to suppress your feelings. And I will bring this up to you all of the time because I want to remind you, it's honestly freed me in so many ways. I'm not just saying this just to say it. I'm saying it because it's changed my life. It's helped to heal me. I was able to quit a 10-year addiction by simply feeling my feelings. It's powerful. This world has no space for your feelings. It's going to tell you to trump over your feelings, that you don't matter, how you feel doesn't matter, squash how you feel, just do it anyways. And maybe that can serve you in some ways, but there needs to be a point in time where you can have a come to Jesus with yourself. Okay, sit down, look at yourself in the mirror, cry if you need to, smile if you need to. This is how you build a true relationship with yourself, is by being honest with yourself on how you feel and why. If you ignore your feelings, you are not going to be able to trust yourself. If you ignore your feelings, you're not going to feel connected to your power within, because you're going to be disconnected from yourself. You connect to yourself by acknowledging and making space for how you truly feel. It's okay. For having a human experience, which is full of a range of different emotions. When you're brave enough to explore those emotions, now you're connected to your divine feminine energy, which men have as well. Men have feminine energy as well. We don't have to shame anyone. We don't have to belittle anyone for feeling how they feel. When someone's angry, it really means they're hurt, they're in pain in some way. And so the more we can speak freely about how we really feel, the more change can happen, healing can happen, growth can happen. It all starts from within. But if you're refusing to even acknowledge how you feel, then you're disconnected from your feminine energy, and you're disconnected from yourself. It's like you abandon yourself and you are just staying in a state of darkness. What happens when you start to do this over and over again? Well, it's just piling up. All of those feelings are just, they're not leaving your body, and they can create a state of depression, anxiety. You don't know what's wrong. Well, are you in tune with yourself? Your feelings are speaking to you. We have feelings for a reason. We don't have feelings to ignore them. We have feelings because they matter. So your feelings matter. And when you're able to make space for your feelings, it's safe to feel, you're going to connect to your divine feminine energy. And remember that you're not your feelings, and you also do not have to take action based on your feelings. But you want to honor how you truly feel, because it's like your feelings are a scared little kid within you. They're scared because the world told you feelings are bad and unacceptable. But as you start to acknowledge your feelings, it's like the kid will start to reveal itself and come out from its hiding place to greet you. And now you're going to meet a deeper part of yourself and dig deeper into your behaviors, your reactions, your personality, all types of things of the self, and discover the deeper sense of who you are, your soul. Okay, guys, so what else could block you from your divine feminine energy not connecting to your creativity? And I always stress this on this channel because I want you guys to be in the fullness of who you are. You're so rare, you're so unique, and you have beautiful talents, which are gifts straight from the divine. There's things that you can do on this earth that no one else can do in that way. How you got to put your own style on it, your own flavor on it, where you're from, how you speak, how you dress, how you talk, how you do what you do. No one can do it like you. So express yourself, because that's so divine. You're creative in so many ways. Explore it, share it, because it's going to feel good to you to play in that way. Can bring you abundance, and you're adding to this world exactly what you were created to add. Like, everything has a purpose. The trees, everything, a divine purpose. So be proud of who you are. Let yourself just be free and be you. How are you going to block your divine feminine? Well, if you're relying on other things. For example, if you are just using ChatGPT for every single thing, like you can't even think a thought no more because you're relying on that, like you're disconnected from your own power, from your own creativity. It's like so sad because you are the gift, you're the miracle in this life, like you're the talent, you're the raw energy. And why don't you want to explore it? Do you think it's good enough? Like, and there's nothing wrong with AI, but when somebody like thinks that AI is better than them, or like I'm worried for the future generations that like they're only gonna know that. So I mean, it's just what path you're on, and if you know, you know. So yeah, like you're connected to your divine feminine when you know your raw power, when you're in your creative gifts. And these are the geniuses of the world. These are the people who are just leaving the biggest mark and imprint in the world. Like even me with this channel, I told you guys, like by me just sharing my story, I was able to make like legendary moves that will last far beyond the time that I'm on this earth, simply by opening my mouth and sharing my heart and my soul and my gifts with the world. I was able to change the world, and so can you. But you're not going to change the world with AI. Like, don't be lazy. Tap into your creative gifts. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you, something that blocks you from your divine feminine energy, is not embracing your natural beauty. So I want you to realize how beautiful you are inside, but also your physical appearance, your energy, your essence, your soul, like as deep as you want to go with it, but just you as a human here on earth right now are so beautiful. And I never want you to forget that. Like, don't think that something artificial is better than you, right? Like, I used to wear wigs all the time. I don't do that. Extensions, this is my natural hair. You know, I still love makeup, but as an artist, not because I need it. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm not wearing makeup. I've learned to embrace my natural beauty more, even my physical body. It fluctuates. Sometimes I'm skinnier, sometimes I'm thicker, whatever, but my natural boobs, like I'm not gonna go to the plastic surgeon's office. I'm not gonna get nothing Botox. I'm not gonna get any of my lips, because why? Naturally, I'm enough. Naturally, I'm beautiful. I'm in my natural era, okay, of beauty. And that's the Empress energy. That's the goddess energy. Can you imagine? Literally picture a queen, literally picture a goddess going to get injected in the face to look a certain way, to look like a filter. And it's sad because the women who fall into this trap, they all look the same. They look fake and they look unrealistic. They look like one of the filters on Snapchat. And filters are fun, but we've been conditioned for a long time now, like almost 10 years, to the point where some people won't take a picture without a filter. And every now and again, I'll just take a raw picture to remind myself that no, I'm the real thing. Like, I'm the real beauty. You're the real beauty. And this is how you connect to your divine feminine energy. Something that will block you from your divine feminine energy is thinking you're not good enough, is lacking self-worth and feeling like you want to be someone else. You have to change your nose. You have to change your hair. You have to change the color of your skin, or put a fake booty in, or whatever else. Like, it's not about shame, but it's about like realizing that you're already so gorgeous. And a lot of people would love to say like, oh, well, it makes me feel better about myself. But why though? Like, but why? Like, why do you not think you're good enough as you are? And it can really hurt our self-esteem to risk our life and to try to like please the outside world. Anyone who likes you because you look different, they don't deserve you. They should like you for how you naturally are, and you should like you for how you naturally are. This is your goddess energy, your Empress energy, because the Empress is the most beautiful card, the most beautiful queen in the deck, next to the Queen of Wands, like, you know, and just like embracing her natural beauty. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. Make sure to just love yourself all the way through, because you're gorgeous in more ways than one. And I want you to remember that. I hope this video helped you in some way. I'm sending you healing, love, and power on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.